Hello everyone, this is the Collective Soul Tarot. My name is Kay. Welcome to the channel. I'd like to say thank you to my subscribers and returning viewers. And if you're not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe and like button and comment and share. I'd love to hear from you. Today we're going to do an alphabet reading. I'm trying to get caught up on them because there's 26 alphabets. And I only usually do readings 20 days a month. So there's a discrepancy there. So anyhow, I'm going to randomly choose a letter here from this box. These are the ones I've done before. So if you don't know if yours is been, if your reading's been done, your letter's been pulled or not yet, you can check out the playlist on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. But I'm going to pull alphabet letter here, which would be the letter that is the first letter of your first, middle, last, or nickname. The name that you most identify with, that people most refer to you as. So if it's a nickname, that would be the first letter of your nickname. So whatever letter I pull today, that is your reading. This is your reading. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit to assist me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly. Thank you so much. Shake them up a bit. There's not that many in here. I'm not looking at them. Randomly pulling one, I'm not looking. This is the one, T, letter T. Well, that should stand for a lot of people. That's great. Okay, a letter T. Now the reason why I do these readings is because it's going to help distill the information you're gathering from collective readings if you're watching those, and your 4 zodiac sign readings, your sun, moon, Venus, or rising zodiac signs. And this will just distill it further, because although the zodiacs do, there's still a large number of the collective who belong to those 4 other readings. And then T's, there's, you know, even though there's many people that can go by T, they're not going by their first letter of whatever name they most identify with is not going to be, you know, more than one alphabet of the alphabet. More than one letter of the alphabet is what I'm trying to say. So it just brings it down that much more specific for you, kind of closer to a private reading without it being a private reading. This is not to replace them, of course, because private readings are specifically for you and you alone. I don't do them, but I will in the future. I will keep you up to date if and when I decide to do private readings. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Celtic cross spread, doing this Celtic cross spread, and it looks like our first card out of the gate is the Knight of Swords. Telling the truth. Coming forward with truth and honesty, divinely inspired truth and honesty, because it's needed apparently. Somebody's not been coming forward in communication or truth and honesty, but they want to now. What's crossing? 4 cups. Okay, the whole idea that they had rejected the one that they want to communicate with and provide the truth and transparency, be transparent with, and truth and honesty. They had once rejected the offer of love, and they want to be able to come forward and say why they did that. But you know, they obviously have some fears about coming forward to you after having rejected you, or rejected your person, T name, because it's T names I'm doing this reading for. Your person of interest will be the POI, or a love interest. Okay, so what's in the distant past? 10 of Swords, so a betrayal. Yeah, you know, that kind of goes hand in hand with what's going on here. What's in the recent past? Queen of Swords, you may be seeing her. I guess it's a female. It may not be. It could be a masculine sitting in their feminine energy. Okay, I'm just saying that you might be a feminine T names that I'm talking to. but you might have a masculine who's actually sitting in their feminine energy because they're not so callous, you know, callous and cut to the bone with the black and white type of language they use. No emotion at all. Like there's no emotion here either, but they're fair, and she'll let you come to her, let you come to him and tell him. If this is a masculine sitting in the feminine, just be clear, a masculine sitting in the feminine energy, he would be fair to say, come to me, tell me what it is you need me to know. And if I don't like it, I see red flags, problems, then I will, you know, enact my sword, swing my sword and cut you out of my life for good. Because this is kind of the last chance you have opportunity. So you need to seize the opportunity and come in and share what you know, that you know is going to help her understand why the betrayal was in the first place. Okay, what are you thinking about team names? King of Swords. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, you got the King and Queen of Swords here. So what I'm going to do is, it seems like the two of you are much now on the same page, like you're both seeing eye to eye in the same energies, right? The King of Swords is much more, you know, a little bit harder than the Queen of Swords would be, just because, you know, the feminine side of it, right? But team name, I'm going to say that you're a masculine and your love interest is a feminine. That's the way I'm going to go. Man and woman, that's how I'm going to refer to it. But if it doesn't refer to that for you, you take it how it resonates, okay? Could be a same sex, whatever. So yeah, you're thinking about the King of Swords. You're thinking about being, you know, truthful, honest, upfront, but also you may be thinking about or you may be in the process of going towards a divorce, because this could be someone in an authority figure, like a lawyer or the legal institute, police or whatever, documents that need to be signed in court and that sort of thing. That's what the King of Swords can also represent. What's the bridging energy? The World. The World is the bridging energy. Yay. So this is putting a successful completion to a cycle of the past here, past behaviors and relationships, and starting out on a new cycle. And you may be connecting with the person who's in your environment. We shall see who that is. If it's this love interest here, they might be across the world. They might live great distance from you. You have to travel to get to them, quite a distance. Or this card also stands for the World Wide Web, communicating over the internet, engaging over the internet. Okay, and what is your fear? T names? 5 of Swords. Okay, you fear she's going to cut you out of her life, or you're fearing that you're going to have some kind of retribution for what is going to go down when you cut this other person out of your life, whoever this is that you betrayed the Queen of Swords for. Yeah, okay. Who's in your environment, which is the Queen of Swords? Okay, it's the King of Wands. Okay, and I've said this before. I am the type of person, feminine, who can sit in my masculine energy quite often, because I don't stay down for very long. When something happens to me, I grieve, get it over with, heal. And that's the operative word, is I heal. I heal by taking action. And action could be simply by starting to work on myself, you know, learning about what it is I have these false beliefs about things that make me sabotage my efforts in anything, including relationships, romantic relationships. So she may be, your love interest, Tina, may be sitting in her masculine energy of taking charge. This person is very alluring and attractive, but you know, has an aggressive side to them that is good when it's on the upright, right? And this is upright. So they, you know, they go out and they get what they want. They're adventurous, they're free-spirited, they're high energy, just a fun type of person, but can be impulsive, and but gets the job done. You know, gets the job done. Takes care of whatever needs to be taken care of, and has great passion and desire, and just a lot of really, really great warm type of energy. The King of Wands is. What's your hopes? Page of Swords, to offer your cup of love to your person of interest, who is the Queen of Swords, okay? But they're in their King of Wands energy. Now the person, the environment here doesn't necessarily mean, like I said, they could be living far, far away from you. They're not necessarily, when we say in your environment, that they're actually in your neighborhood, in your home, in your neighborhood, in the town, the next town over, state, or near country. They may be in a country somewhere far, far away, across the world, whatever. Therefore, this person is in your environment in the sense that they're in your energy, in your aura, because you think about them a lot. And as soon as we call on God, the Archangel Michael, any angel, any spirit guide, any past relative, any guru or whatever, as soon as you say their name or think their name, bam, they're right there with you. It's the same, it's their consciousness that's with you right now. Doesn't take any time for consciousness to come, because consciousness is always there, all around, in this holographic way. So it doesn't matter where you think they might be, you can think of them and they'll be in your energy. And vice versa, if she's thinking about you, she'll have you in her aura, your consciousness. I hope that makes sense. What energy you're sitting in right now? The Four of Pentacles. Okay, so you're kind of guarded. You got guarded energy about you. You're not, really open to sharing yourself. It's been a struggle for you to be able to open up and be transparent with your love interest, or maybe even anyone. Maybe you just kind of like this all the time. But you have had a great focus on the financial and the 3D world, material possessions and whatnot, more so than the heart. But it also says that you cannot get this person off your mind, that you've been thinking about them so much, they're just never out of your mind. That you know who you need to be with, you know who the one is, and you're wanting to move towards that and realize it. Because perhaps you put a divorce in action, or are divorced now, and now you're free to move. But you're going to have to go to her knowing that she's going to face you like this, the Queen of Swords, where she's going to have some pretty hard questions for you, because she wants to know what's going on. She wants to know what gives you. Why did you do what you did in the past? You may have engaged with her in a relationship in the distant past and never told her that you were married, something like that. And then of course you had to leave her, so you dropped her like a hot potato. Maybe you did it like a thief in the night and just took what you could get as a player and ran off. That's just a guess. That doesn't necessarily mean it's true, but that would be like a betrayal to her. Maybe you were betrayed. Maybe your partner, your long-term partner that you were committed to, wife, did something that betrayed you. So we'll find out. Let's clarify these two energies, Four of Pentacles and Page of Cups. King of Pentacles. Okay, so you want to come towards her with a lot more maturity. You are a hard-working person and quite mature, and you relax because you got the world by the tail. You figured out the material world. You have been living and working in it and working for it for such a long time that you know the ins and outs of being able to amass wealth. So you're quite financially well to do. Look at the big pentacle back there, and you're sitting on a golden throne. So you are in nature, you're feeling relaxed, you're quite adorned, you're good looking, and you're smart. You have some business sense and business acumen. You're probably in a higher position if you're working for organization and corporation. maybe you're working with the government, whatever. You're in a good position where you make good money. And this means the King of Pentacles always wants to be in a commitment with somebody he loves. And so he loves the person he can't take his mind off of, which is this King of Wands, Queen of Swords, and he wants to offer you his cup of love, along with all that he brings to the table. Having been so focused on the 3D world, he is now bringing love into his energy, you see. He is now really truly feeling the depths of his emotions, becoming more emotionally balanced. This is the King of Pentacles. He's matured. He's not the emperor, but he's one of the 4 kings that makes up the emperor. 2 of Swords. So he had been pushing you away and sitting on the fence, knowing full well that he had feelings for you, but at the same time he was denying his feelings for you because it would make his life very messy. All right, just T-names. Okay, I keep talking to her. I apologize. It's what I do in the collective, right? So T-names, you've been sitting on the fence. You've been feeling that if you were to share your emotions, like to say that I love you to this one when you're with somebody else, it would just make your life really, really difficult and messy, right? Because now you've involved this one in your life and you don't want to. You did that back then, but you don't want to now. It's like a different way of thinking. You've matured. You want to bring true love into your life now, and the one that you truly love is the one sitting here right now, T-names. So you had been pushing your feelings down, denying them, okay, not wanting to know about them, because you knew as soon as you, acknowledged your feelings, for the deep feelings that you had developed at the time or over the years since you've known this one, because of what you've been going through here with your current or your ex, you just didn't want to know. You really just didn't want to know, because that would just cause too much confusion, especially within yourself. Not to mention if you start behaving differently in your marriage because you were allowing yourself to feel those emotions. So you had to suppress them. You kept them down. You didn't say a word, and you weren't looking at them. But you are now. This is sitting on the fence. This is not sitting on the fence. This is making a decision, and you've made a decision about wanting to move towards your Queen of Swords, King of Wands. What's the environment? Knight of Cups. Somebody who wants to be in love. And the final decision, the judgment. The Sagittarian energy. I know that because I'm Sagittarian, but don't ask me about any of the other ones. But yeah, this is her making a judgment that there is somebody that she wants to move towards, take action towards. Yep, T-names. She wants to take action towards you or somebody, and give them and offer them a cup of devoted and sincere love, because she's feeling guided by the divine to do that, which is the judgment, right? She's seeing what it is her heart is really calling out for. She knows it's you, but are you showing up so that she can give that cup to you? She would very much like it to be you coming towards her, holding that love cup there, having made that final decision that you're letting your past go, your ex go and everything, and making her the one. That's what she would like you see you be, is a King of Wands. She wants you. She's not only sitting in that energy, she also wants you to take action. She wants you to be sitting in the King of Wands energy. You're a King of Pentacles, King of Swords, but the action taker is the King of Wands. Okay, so on the back of the deck, the Fool. Looks like you're going to take action. A leap of faith. Oh, yeah. Okay, 7 of Wands, 8 of Swords, and look, the King of Cups. Wow. 10 of Wands. Okay, T-names. You foolishly sat on the fence for so long that you're also made yourself defensive and having to stand your ground against, what would you call it, infidelities, possibly just being ill will of interactions between you and your wife or your long-term partner. The King of Cups is the one that you have developed into as well. Like I said, you're bringing your heart into this, but you're so up in your head about this. You're really up in your head about this. You know you were foolish for sitting on the fence for so long, and you're feeling that she may be defensive against you now. Telling you, yeah, I don't really believe you. I don't believe that you are actually in love with me. And it means because she's afraid, she has fears, and she's going to be up in her head and stuck in her own self-imposed prison. This goes both ways for you and for her. So, yeah, she with you having done that, sat on the fence for so long, not taking making a decision, a choice between two. You have decided now, and you're taking action, like taking a leap of faith as the Fool, and you're going to stand your ground against any kind of insecurities that you may have, and you're going to just show up in love. Like, that's really all you can do. You can hope for the best, pray for the best, but show up with your heart right there in front of her, saying, this is who I am now. I'm not that. I'm not the player anymore. All right, I hope that made sense. So it's either way for the two of you, T names. Okay, let's clarify Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, the Four of Cups, and the Knight of Wands energies, please. What do our T names need to know about these two energies together? Please and thank you. The Emperor, that you're married, and that you were wearing a false mask, and that you were being sneaky, trying to manifest something else with someone else at the time. This is your Queen of Swords right here, the Queen of Wands. At the time, you manifested a relationship, I guess, or just an affair. Really, you manifested an affair because you were not happy in your current life. Your current situation obviously was not fulfilling you enough. There were problems in your marriage or your long-term commitment. I'm going to say marriage simply because the Emperor card has come out. The Emperor card means husband and or father. Okay, and when it's at the lowest frequency, it's more like a husband-father energy. But if you're a husband and or a father, you can also be an emperor in the highest resonance, which in the tarot deck, the Emperor energy, if it's with that higher resonancy, excuse me, I needed a drink. You are, all four kings in one, and you've got them all out here now, right? But here we're explaining why you have to come in and explain, say the truth. What's the truth, right? The truth was that you were married when you met your Queen of Wands, who is the other woman. Of the deck, the Queen of Wands is the representation of the other woman. She was alluring, sexy, attractive, everything that you could want for an affair, a fling, right, in a woman. She's go-getter, fiery, and just a lot of fun and adventurous, same as the King of Wands, but in the feminine energy. Go-getter, she battles, she protects, admirable qualities that were a lot of fun and excitement. Yeah, and you were wearing a mask back then, meaning that you were married and pretending you were somebody else, so you manifested. By doing that, you manifested an affair. You attracted somebody into your life who would be that other woman. Okay, Okay, so that's the secrets. Secret is that you can be an emperor. You can change your ways and become that highest, most sought after, revered masculine energy in the deck as an emperor. You can, simply by changing your ways, making the decision to do it differently, to do life differently, approaching relationships differently too. Knight of Swords, 5 of Cups, Devil, and Page of Wands. Somebody who was passionately pursuing something else with a lot of shadow energy of deception and lies and underhanded, selfish ways, trying to get this devilish energy is about the self, wanting to get whatever it can get, no matter who it has to tromp on to get it, it'll get it, because it's just ill will energy. I am in it for me and me alone kind of thing. And this is that passionate energy, new energy, where you needed to go in with your mask on and say, I am going to get some fun and adventure in my life. I can't do the married life and what's going on in our particular, the dynamics of our particular marriage. I can't do this anymore like this. I need some fun and excitement. And I feel like the only way I can get that kind of fun and excitement is engaging with other women and having sex, or at least talking sex. Just something that was taboo against a marriage, but something that would, because of that, was going to be fun and exciting. Sneaking around behind your spouse's back, long-term partner's back. So yeah, you caused a lot of grief and stress, and you, as a result, it possibly is saying here that your wife found out, your long-term partner found out, and she's feeling betrayed, but you were betraying this Queen of Wands here, because you told her that you were something that you were not. Here, being very selfish, and that such toxic energy. It was T names. It was the type of energy that just wasn't something to be proud of back then. Okay, and looks like you're coming out of that, so hallelujah, congratulations. Let's talk about the Queen of Swords energy, please. Queen of Swords. Yeah, see, that's you, sneaky and winning at all costs, always being the one that had to come out on top. Yeah, that's toxic energy. You're afraid of that. You're afraid that you're going to slip back into that as you move forward, because growing is a process, isn't it? You just don't suddenly wake up and you're a completely different person. No, your memories are still there. Yeah, and people will remind you too. Queen of Swords, 9 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, Justice. Yeah, that's what I was waiting to see with the Hermit. Okay. Yeah. So, yep. This is you believe that you need to communicate with her. Like you are going to be. This is a distant past. So either you have faced her, and she's had questions about, your overindulgence in the past. Overindulgence meaning you had more than your fair share, kind of thing, like you had 2 women instead of just one. You're overindulgent. She was one of those women. You weren't in equal reciprocity, like whatever she gave you, you didn't give back the same in return, because you were only in it for the sexual pursuits, right? The fun, excitement. But Justice stepped in and said the balance needs to scale, because God knows your heart more than you know your heart, and your heart, believe it or not, had been calling out for justice, fairness, and for you to be with, like, to heed the call of her heart calling out for you. The 2 hearts were calling out for each other, and you're finally acknowledging that And that you're doing that through the time spent in isolation and introspection, just taking some time out, trying to figure out who you are, what you want, and allowing, through prayer possibly or meditation, for the light of the divine to come in and show you your path. All right. So that's very good. So that's their, so you either were just communicating with her recently, and she was like that, wanting to know when, why, what, and where, and how come, or you're about to do it, like, because this is the recent past. So you are like, because this is fortune telling, right? You are about to speak to your Queen of Swords. You're about to speak to her, okay? And you're thinking about the King of Swords. All right, let's talk about the King of Swords. What does it represent? Does it represent you being truthful in return? Making sure you're upright in your communication? Both the King and Queen of Swords are great communicators, and they're intuitive. So you're connected. That's why the sun emblem is here. Yes, even the masculine can be connected to the divine through your intuition. So that's what you're thinking about. You're intuitively thinking as well. Getting information from the divine, what direction to take and how to handle things so that it's above board, honest, and fair. What else we know? Oh, Ten of Cups, the Hangman, and Ace of Wands with the Chariot and the Two of Cups. Okay, so you're thinking about how much you love her, that she is your true love and she's your empress, right? And you want to reconnect with her. All right, so she's your empress. You see her as an empress. Only an emperor really sees somebody as their empress, because you're at the same level up here. Not down here where you would be more like just mother and father of kids and a spouse, husband and wife, right? So here we got, let's get these because I lose them sometimes, don't I? So you're thinking about your happily ever after commitment, which was not so happily ever after, but the King and the King of Swords and this card together, along with the Justice that's here, would tell me that a contract is breaking. A contract that you have is breaking, which would be your marriage. Your marriage, long-term commitment. So yeah, you're putting an end to you have divorced. You think about how you've left this behind because you spent time held in place, no movement forward on your end. Remember this? No movement forward on your end, because the divine was hanging you by your foot, making you see the world from a totally different perspective, hanging you upside down so that you can see other people's perspective, namely the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, your Empress, right? Seeing her perspective. As to how, when you moved towards her in the past, she was thinking all it was about was your passion, your burning passion to serve the wand. If you know what I'm saying, T names. The wand, right? It's all about the wand. That's how she's seen it. But in your mind too, you're saying, I am still attracted to her. I still impassioned for her, but I have been inspired by the divine to reapproach life, to move forward with vigor and vim, with passion, like the true, like desire, creative passion. Like, I want to create a new life, a new passionate life, not just for myself, like in anything that I want to do moving forward, but to be with her in that kind of in connection. Okay. Because you have come to learn that she had, at some point in time, that she is your true love, not the one you were with. You're seeing her as your Empress and somebody you could marry. This is marriage material. She's ready for marriage. That one is. And it's like in a collaboration you want to be in with her. which means either you want to be in a loving, committed relationship with her, or working together on some project or in some kind of business pursuit. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But yeah, she is on your mind. You see her as the Empress, the highest feminine energy in the tarot deck. High resonating, births worlds, beautiful, caring, compassionate, all the 4 queens rolled up into one. So beautiful and alluring, sexy and sensual, as well as committed and responsible and loyal and protective and everything else. Okay, we are going to clarify now the world and successful completion, ending of a cycle right here. All right, Archangel Michael, can you please clarify for us the world energy? The Star, broken heart, and trying to mend the broken heart. With the 8 of Wands, okay, so you are ending that cycle of breaking hearts, number 1. You want to mend. Now, just before the Star card in the Major Arcana deck, this is number 17, number 16 is the Tower. So the Tower has come down and put an end to something, or at least blew it up in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like you've ended a marriage or a long-term commitment. You put an end to it. Legally, or just, if you weren't married, then in some other way that was official, So you're healing, and you want to bring balance to a connection. That's mending it, okay? Mending connection with your Empress. The 2 of Cups both being on the same level. I give you my cup, you give me your cup. And you are wanting to heal the broken hearts. That's mending, right? Between the 2 of you. And this is the healing part of it, okay? So that's, you have mended your broken heart. You are mending your broken heart. If you had a broken heart from what happened with your woman back here, the one you were married to, okay, so you may have been hearted over what happened here in that relationship as to why you got divorced or left each other, or you moved away from her, and you've been mending that. So you're putting an end, you're completing that cycle. You're completing the cycle of the past, and you want to communicate this to your person of interest, your love interest, the Empress. That's great news. Okay, so what does your love interest have to say? Right here. She wants you to take action. She's willing and ready to take action. That has to do with offering love. She wants love offered to her. That's her final decision. And the divine is guiding her to be in that kind of energy. She must be ready. Okay, T-names, let's talk about your person of interest. Oh, Ace of Cups. Hierophant. Wow. And 5 of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles. All right. So, Ace of Cups is that she loves you dearly. She's got a great big cup of love for you, T-names. She does. And if not for you, because you're not going to move towards her, she's got it for somebody else. Just remember that, okay? So it's for you. It's divinely inspired cup of love. She's ready. She's going to take action. She's the King of Wands, and she's going to move, and she's going to move towards the whole idea of this is going to be one that she wants to marry, okay? Whoever this one is, she'll enter into that institution of marriage. She also, with this, sees you as somebody that she's strongly, divinely a strong divine soulmate to you. She's recognizing your relationship as such. But, she's working on her finances, and or she's feeling left out in the cold by love, by you. And the divine is saying, don't worry, we got your back. We got your back. We're going to get you on the move here. soon. And perhaps that is like you've already taken that step, T names, to actually start the communication process with her. This is fast moving communication back and forth, wanting to re-engage in passionate messages back and forth with your person of interest, your love interest. Okay, so she's like, she's ripe, right? She's ripe and ready to be picked off the vine, right? And so, but who's going to pick her? That's the thing. Who's going to pick her off the vine? Who's going to harvest what she has to offer? Will it be you or somebody else, T names? 4 of Pentacles. Remember, you've matured into the King of Pentacles. You're all 4 kings together. You're even in Emperor energy. So that's because you're all 4 kings. So will it be you or someone else? Page of Pentacles. You want to bring forward an offer of a small gift when you reconnect. 3 of Wands. You were just waiting for your ships to come in, but you've turned your back on the past. You've made a decision. You have a plan in place. And the Ace of Swords. And you're coming in divinely inspired with truth out your yin yang. You are going to be spilling truth like you spill love over the cup, right? You're going to be spilling truth, wanting to wipe the slate clean with laying it all out in front of her and saying, okay, you know everything. You know everything. And then she's informed and she can make an informed decision. It won't be impulsive. Therefore, no one needs to pull back after you've come together finally. But then suddenly something happens. You feel scared or whatever because maybe it wasn't the right decision and you pull back. And then hearts are broken and all that sort of stuff. You want to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, so Ace of Swords with the Lovers and the Courage card. I look at this card and I say, wow, this is an amazing Lovers card. This is a choice between 2. Also, it is a past life type of soulmate connection. Something that is been going on for a long time where the 2 of you are coming together. You see this woman here? She's got like the modern version of a bikini bathing suit on because you're in water after all. And the dolphins represent peace and calm and something else. I can't remember. But look at this guy. He's in antiquities armor like ancient Babylon, okay, or Troy soldiers. So it means that the 2 of you known each other for a very long time. Like you have been, it's past lives. You've been in many past lives together. So that's really lovely. That is lovely. But again, depends on how quickly you, because she's ready. She's ready. That's what you need to remember, T names, is that she is ready. So grab your lion of courage and start moving towards her. If you haven't already connected in conversation with her, get that going. Okay, I hope that helps. Please like and subscribe, and we will check in with you next month, T names. Bye for now.